Hey, Tubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Tonight we'll be talking about Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Season
3, episode 1. Girl of Steel.
Sure.
You always do that.
Because I don't know the name of the shows. I don't pay attention. You do. That's your thing. So, like we always
ahead of time.
do, we'll start with you. What did you like and not like?
I really liked the beginning brain sequence thing. I thought it was just really pretty.
With Erica.
Yes, Erica Durance is her mom. So awesome, Lois Lane. I just think it's great to see her back on like a superhero thing.
Yeah.
Because I think she's in like a medical show.
I think she went there, yeah.
It's called like Saving Hope or Saving Grace or something like that.
It's not Saving Grace. That's a cop show.
Okay, it's Saving Hope, I think. And it's like a Canadian medical show. I don't know. But anyway.
I just like her back in the superhero world.
It's just cool to see her back on there.
Especially like Superman affiliated.
Right, because she's Lois Lane. So
yes.
And Kara's his cousin, so it's just cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I don't know, I liked the fact that even though she was struggling with everything, because, you know, she didn't want to be human, she didn't want to be Kara, like, yeah, she's technically not human.
Yeah.
But that side of her will always be there.
Yeah, because she was, I mean, even though she was like, what, 11 when she was raised, when she got to Earth, she was still raised for the majority of her childhood, or for, not really her childhood, because that's younger years, but like, the majority of her life, she was raised on Earth.
I mean, Clark is not human either.
No, but he was raised on Earth since his first memories.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, comparison-wise, like, they're both from Krypton.
Yeah, but what she's like, he was raised on Earth, so all the human stuff he dealt with. He dealt with everything human with like a human would, because that's all he knew.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have the perspective of what she, like, the perspective she has on everything, because she lived on Krypton. She has memories of Krypton, of their lifestyle and how they, like, thought and reacted to things, and, like, that's how, like, that's her core foundation, even though she was raised on Earth. So that's kind of, like, what she was going back to, was she was trying to find that core foundation again. I mean, I'm not saying that all Kryptonians are, like, heartless.
Well, no, I just mean that, like, you know, everybody was pushing her. Everybody's like, you know, why are you doing this? I've not said anything. I've done this, and like, they just want Kara back, and it's like, you know,
and Kara didn't actually exist.
I know that they missed that, but like, she's an adult. She can do whatever she wants. I mean,
yeah, but that's not the point. The point was she was hiding a part of herself because she didn't want to deal with what she was going through.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what was going on. If she would have done this at any other point in time where she wasn't going through something like this, then they would have been like, okay, like, you've made your choice.
Yeah. But because it's strictly like emotional based, because she lost somebody that she loved, like, they know that it's not who she really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, yes, there's always going to be a threat. Yes, there's always going to be somebody to save or something to do to help people, and like, always something happening. But like, you can't give up other things just to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have priorities, and, you know, just because like she doesn't want to deal with Kara and what's going on with that, it's still there, and she's eventually going to have to deal with it anyway.
Yeah. So.
And I just like that
they were trying to tell her.
Yeah, and I just like that everybody was kind of being like, you saved me, and that was as Kara. Like, you know, Jean said that, and Alex said that, and like, even Lino is like, you know, you're my best friend. I can't do this without you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to work at Catco.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just...
That just reminds me so much of Petco. Every time time I hear Catco, I don't think news. I think, oh, pet food.
Yeah, but anyway, like I liked seeing kind of that back
Mhm.
and forth of her kind of figuring it out and dealing with it, and then like going through all that stuff and seeing
Yeah.
that photo shoot that she did with him, like the
Mhm.
little photos of the photo booth,
Yeah.
and realizing that like he told her to wake up. Wake up can be symbolic in the sense like wake up from what you are doing,
Mhm.
like be you again.
Yeah. It was like both him and her were giving herself permission to be her again.
Yeah, and to feel and to deal with it.
Yeah.
Not get over it, but
Mhm.
deal with it.
Yeah.
And accept it.
Yeah. Because I mean, he is going to come back later in the season,
Yeah.
and so, and I mean, we are called, like, our channel is spoils, so you should expect some spoils. But
Yeah, if you
I've
don't know that
heard
by
he's
now, then
gonna.
what are you doing here?
I've heard he's gonna come back with a Legion ring. So we're
Nice.
gonna get like Saturn Girl and
Nice.
like Elastigirl and Lightning Lad and stuff. Like we're like what we got in Smallville. We're gonna get that stuff
I
again.
mean, as much as I like am excited to see him come back, like I just kind of want to see them like do more with Kara and James this season. Because like there was a lack of, and I know there was a lack of it because she was with Monel.
Yeah.
And then, James was doing his Guardian stuff.
And she was oddly against it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand her being against it.
But I just, that was the relationship in the beginning. And that's kind of what I want to see again. Just eventually. I mean, I don't know if they'll do it again, but
I don't know. Nice. They never even gave it a chance, so I hope they go back to
really.
it. But I mean, if they bring back Monel and he's not drastically changed, and he does stay instead of go back to the Legion,
it's just hard because I like both.
Yeah.
Like usually that doesn't happen.
Mhm.
So it's hard because I want to like her with one person, but I also really like her with the other person.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole like, well, James, you should like her with James because it's the interracial thing. And Monel is like, they're both white, so it's like, this. And it's like, really?
It doesn't matter. Like, the whole race thing, it doesn't matter. And
I know, but people will make that argument.
Because people are racist.
So,
people.
I mean, I like both, and that's kind of my dilemma.
Yeah. So. I like both, but like I know Monel's gonna be good without her.
Yeah.
And like I mean, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
But we know that that James is good without her.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good with being friends.
The thing is, like, James has always, like, supported her and always been there for her.
Yeah.
And so,
but, like, Monel has tried.
Yeah.
He's just not used to everything. He tries, but he
was a good boyfriend.
He was.
It's just that James knows her in a different way. Kind of.
He knows her from the human perspective.
Not in a romantic sense, but I mean, like, he knows her in the human perspective, but he also like has known her longer,
but not by too much.
And like he knows both personas.
Yeah, but so does Monel.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
It's
hard.
And Lena needs to learn. She needs to know. I mean, she knows both personas, and she knows them both so well.
Kat knows that she's Supergirl.
I know.
So Lena should know because she's her best friend. I know. And what was up with the way she was talking in this episode? Like, I felt like she was going in and out of her, like, normal accent that she has. It was so weird. Like, did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Because I felt like some words she was saying were, like, in her normal, like, Irish, British accent. And then everything else was, like, in like, just the regular...
American?
Yeah. Like, I felt like she was kind of going back to that in some of her speech.
I didn't notice. If you guys did, write it down in the comments.
I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seemed like that from what I heard. Like some of the way the words were said was more like British or Irish or something.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
she's Irish,
you just can't hide it.
Yeah, because she's Irish. So,
like sometimes there's just
it just made me think of Merlin, honestly, because I'm watching that currently. So whenever I see her,
you think
I think Morgana. I don't think Lena.
Yeah.
So, and she's an evil bitch.
She wasn't in the beginning.
So different from her character on Supergirl. No, she wasn't in the beginning, but then like.
That's why I was so scared initially about her being on the show and being Kara's friend, is because she was so good in the beginning on the show, and then she became Morgana, the evil witch of whatever, you know. Yeah. It was like, she's good.
And then just doing all these things to like.
And then finding out she's a Luther on top of that. Like, I was just like, she's gonna turn. She's gonna.
But maybe she'll be one of the good ones.
Like, yeah, I'm
hoping that she'll continue to be the way she is and end up being one of the good ones. Yeah. And make the Luthers look good.
Yeah. At least she's lasted more than one season as a good person on this show.
But I mean, like, she was never my villain. I know people like her because she's the villain, but I'm not a fan.
But yeah, I mean, the one and only thing I could see turning her is like something really big happens between her and Kara or her and Supergirl, and then right off the back of that, she finds out, you know, like maybe Supergirl has to, or maybe Kara has to decide between, like, maybe Lena's love and the world, and even though Lena knows it's the right thing, just like Kara knew it was the right thing, Lena might not be able to forgive her. You know what I'm saying? Like, something big like that rocks her core central unit is what will make her turn, like, I think, into a true Luther. But I mean, she's not even born a Luther, so
yeah.
I mean, she's half Luther. Come on now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, even Lex is half Luther because his dad was a Luther and his mom's not. But his mom's a total, like, his mom is Luther to the core.
Yeah.
And her mom doesn't seem to be. I would really love to meet her mom. But yeah, is there anything else? I'm sorry I cut in, but
no, it's okay.
Lean in to the camera. You're like this.
Sorry. The Maggie and Alex stuff. You know, it's Maggie and Alex. Like,
it is. You know?
And it was just really sweet that she asked John to do that.
Yes. I loved when she was like, John, don't cry. If you cry, I cry, and then everyone's going to know that we're both able to cry. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah. But this is such a touching moment.
Yeah, I know. That was really great.
I almost cried.
I just thought it was a good episode overall. Like, it was a really good premiere episode.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really have any things about it that I disliked. So.
Yeah, I liked the whole, like, Cat Grant, like, defending the president. Yes, she's aware of global warming, and she thinks it's real. She even knows what 2 + 2 is. Great. It equals 4, and she's not disputing it because it's fact. So much. I love her. She's the best. Right? It was just amazing, like, hearing all her little lines on the radio.
Like, I just feel like she brings so much to the show. Like,
yes, I love her attitude.
Yeah, she brings such an energy and like a vibrance to the show. And whenever she's on it, like, it's so much more fun.
Yeah, you can tell the
And
show's like full.
Yeah, exactly.
Without her, there's an emptiness in the show, I
Yeah,
think.
I mean the episode was still great, but
Yes.
I always
Yes. And I can't wait because like she's gonna have more of a reoccurring role this season, whether or not it's still just on TV like it was tonight. It's still gonna be something with her that makes the show feel a little bit more full.
Right, because like her humor and like her remarks are just the best.
Yes.
So it's just really fun.
It is. I loved the like right after Maggie and Alex were done like talking like the whole I love you and like marriage stuff. The little girl runs into runs into Alex, right? And like the whole like conversation there, like it kind of looked like on Maggie's face, not Maggie. I keep saying Maggie, but Alex's face, that she might want more than a dog. I think she wants to be a mommy, and like I was just like, because I never saw her as that.
It's kind of like a woman's thing.
I know, but not all women want that.
No, I know, but like sometimes eventually they realize that they do, even though they think they don't want that.
Yeah. So like, I never really thought she was I mean, like, yeah, a lot of women like her want kids. And I don't mean like her as in gay. I mean like her as in very prominent in the your life might end tonight lifestyle. Like, she never knows truly if she's going home.
Right.
And, I mean, neither does Maggie when she goes out on patrol. And so I never really pictured her, Alex, wanting a kid for that reason, you know, like, because generally when you choose that type of lifestyle, unless you have a kid of your own, you don't really want to bring a kid into that situation. Right. So I'm kind of wondering how that's gonna work, but then again, I totally want them to have a little Sanders child. Like, that's just so cute.
They have to get married first.
And we know that's going to be the end of the season.
Well, the actress that plays Maggie's like not going to be on the whole season anyway. So. Yeah. She has other acting obligations this season. I liked that. What's his face? Win. Said, "You guys are such a cute couple."
Win, get off the course. I loved that part.
That was so funny. I was like, what the heck? What happened to that woman who, the mom of that daughter and that girl?
Like she bent the bars.
Did she get like affected by what happened? Like,
no, what happened? I think okay. See, the missile hit the rock, right? Or not really the rock. It hit just outside of the rock and exploded, right? And the first missile had hit the rock bed, you know, underneath the. And I think what happened was that you had the secondary blast blew away a little bit of what so that we could see it. But the first blast hit it and cracked the cement a lot, right? And when the thing panned down after the secondary blast and we saw into the water, there was a ship there, right? And that kind of slightly might have looked a little alien-ish. I mean, come on, be realistic. It was alien. It might have been Kryptonian, even though it doesn't look like the Kryptonian pods that we've seen, so it might not exactly be a pod. Did it look like? I don't remember what
you mean when they panned out and you saw the whole ship that was like.
No, under the water when it panned down into the side of the cliff, there was a spaceship.
Oh.
A one-man spaceship.
Okay.
You didn't see that?
I did, probably, but I.
Was on your phone? Was you on your phone?
No, for most of it, I was actually watching it. I saw all of that stuff in the water.
Yeah, there was a ship there. And so I'm just like wondering if like something snuck up on like through the cracks of the earth and affected the woman.
Maybe.
But then that doesn't explain why she's dreaming about Erica. Yeah, she's having the same dreams about Kara's mom, except for when she turns around, she ain't all amazingly hot Erica. She's like a White Walker. Or like a zombie. Like I'm like, wait, what? So
I was like, what?
So I really wonder what's going on.
Let me see what.
So like, is what's happening there? You know what I'm saying? Like, was there an inner strength in her that wasn't awoken yet, or was it because she got infected with something? Like, they sent Kal-El to Earth. They knew about Earth. How did they know about Earth? Is it like on Smallville?
Probably.
If it is, then there's a connection between them, like as a race, the Kryptonians, and humans. Like some of them probably created, had a little fun, you know?
She's 39.
Well, she's a hot 39.
She's no bees.
I'm not lying here, okay?
Yeah, it is saving
hope. So, like, maybe she's a descendant of a Kryptonian and a human? Or
it has him in it. From Stargate.
Oh, yeah, from Smallville too. Yes, he's cool. The him she's talking about is the guy who played Hawkman on Smallville.
Okay, because like Erica Durance, who plays Kara's mom, I mean, people that have seen Smallville obviously know that she was Lois Lane. But
the new version of Kara's mom, not the original one.
Yeah, the one that we saw in this episode.
Yes, the recasted.
Anyway, the actress Erica Durance, she's on a medical TV show called Saving Hope, and I was showing her that like one of the other people in the cast was the guy that was in Stargate and also Hawkman on Smallville.
Yeah. He was cool. He was really nerdy, but cool.
He was Daniel, right?
Yes. Okay. Daniel. His glasses, he's always pushing them up.
Oh, yeah.
In the first couple seasons. I'm
still only on season
2. Where's the round glass? So dorky.
Usually when you wear the round glasses, it means that you don't need to wear glasses. You're just wearing them to like look nerdy.
Is the wire rimmed round ones?
Yeah.
I mean, later on, he's like probably using contacts or something. I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, I liked all that, and I'm still like I was saying, confused on how she was able to like bend the metal. Even she was confused.
Yeah.
So.
And then the freaking dream.
Yeah, that's what really threw me off, because I was thinking maybe it was latent powers that were awakening. What? And then the dream happened, I'm like, what the freaking hell is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the crap? Like, what's going on? And we don't have answers, and I really need them.
We'll get them.
Eventually. Not now.
Well, be patient, little one.
I'm not patient. And don't make short jokes. Are you sizist?
No. I was just trying to think of a funny name. I wasn't trying to be all like anyway. Okay, stop. Yeah, like that's what happens with TV shows. You have to wait.
I know. I'm not happy about how long I have to wait for the wedding.
It
That's
might
gonna
not
be
even be the last
awesome.
episode of the season. It might be like the first half.
Like the mid-season?
Yes.
I don't know. I want it to be like next week.
They're not ready for it to be next week.
I
They
know.
still have to have the shower and they still have to do all the other things to plan the
They have to
wedding.
have 2 bachelorette parties.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? Oh, this is gonna be
Well, like Alex said, it's gonna be the biggest,
gayest wedding.
So.
Yes.
Anyway,
I can't wait to see it.
we will get our answers eventually. You just have to be patient and
Yes.
wait, because they will come. Teaches you patience. Patience is a virtue.
Of which I don't have.
You can learn to be patient, though.
I'd rather not. So yeah, the only real issue that I take with this episode, I mean, it's not really a downside, it's just, I don't know, is I don't really like how Kara was dealing with it.
Yeah. I
Like-
kind of had some issues with that, too.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was so, like, wishy-washy, kind of. It was so, like, well, I'm Supergirl. I've always been Supergirl. Like, Kara is not important right now. She's not what needs to be, like, my thing. And it's like, yeah, but I know you don't want to deal with what happened, but Kara's still part of you, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Your name is Kara Zor-El.
And she's Kara.
Kara
period.
Danvers is just your
Human
name.
Yeah. So, like, when she says Kara was an accident, she's saying that she herself was an accident, which doesn't make sense.
Because it's like, she may be Supergirl and she may be a superhero, but all superheroes have that other side to them. They all have that, whether it's human, whether it's alien, they all have, like, that emotion, that feeling, of ways that they deal with the things that they have to do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, in order for her to just be like, oh, my only priority is Supergirl and helping people and just being that and not caring about anything but that is kind of like...
They did it so much better on Smallville.
Is just kind of, I don't know what the word is, but, like, it's not genuine.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it kind of is, but the way they played it isn't.
Yeah.
Like, they played that all this happened within, like, what, 2-3 days? And, like...
I mean, she's probably been dealing with it for months.
Yeah. But, like, all we got was, like, one episode, which is, like, 2 or 3 days of her going through this.
Yeah, I thought,
And,
like, I always
like,
think...
I know, like, Alex said, I've let this go for, like, 6 months now.
Yeah.
And so I understand it's been 6 months since the season end, since last season finale.
Well, yeah.
Which doesn't bother me. Like, I mean, Flash does 3 months. I don't know. Like, I think the Arrow did like 4 months for a while.
Well, there's always going to be like months in between.
Yeah, but like, I don't have an issue with it being half a year.
Yeah.
But what I have an issue with is you saying that she was struggling with this the entire time that you weren't filming, and then for one episode, she's struggling with it, and then like, boop.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I hate the way that they do that. Like, they make it seem like, oh, this is going to be the season where she's, like, totally just all about Supergirl, and she's not dealing with her human side. And then it's dealt with in one episode. Like, they did that with Supernatural when freaking Dean was a demon. They did that with this. And it's like, I know that you're just trying to get to everything else, but if you want to be more realistic about it, you need to let it last at least a little while.
Yeah, like
I thought, I didn't think that just looking at those pictures of her and Monel would be like, I'm no longer just doing that. I'm Kara again.
Right.
Like, I thought that there was going to be like maybe 4 or 5 episodes down the line, she was going to have like an epiphany or like a realization and be like, okay, you know, I need to start accepting this and I need to like be Kara.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of me.
Yeah, that she needs to find a balance. Because she hasn't had a balance, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and I feel like
season 1 was about discovering her powers. Season 2 was about being Supergirl. And this season was about being, like,
well, season 2 was about being Supergirl, but it was also about her, like, you know, finally opening up and being with somebody.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And realizing that about herself.
Yeah. So I guess you can kind of say season 1 was about learning her powers, being Supergirl. Season 2 is about Kara. And so season 3 is supposed to be where she finds her happy medium.
Yeah.
And, like, for season 1 to...
And I mean, I feel like it's just going to go back to her being, like, depressed and being like, you know, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm Kara again, but I still am dealing with this. Or I'm still... It's like, okay, you need to write her having a balance. You need to help her as writers for the character figure out how to maintain both of those things and still be able to function and be happy as Kara Danvers and Supergirl.
Yeah. I mean, I understand where they were coming from with this, because they did do basically a season-long arc like this with Smallville. When he was strictly the Blur, not after his red and blue streak, when he became the Blur and he was wearing black. Like, that's all he was focused on, was just being the Blur and saving people. And which was okay, because he was trying to protect his friends.
Yeah, and Lois.
But
because he was with Lois at that point.
Yeah. But, like, he was doing it out of protection for people.
And Kara's just doing it because she doesn't want to deal with her baggage. Which I understand. A lot of people, you know, when people get in a certain way or they've dealt with such heartbreak and they're broken, they push it aside and they don't deal with it.
Yeah.
And they just kind of do, you know, become very defensive and very like depressed or very angry, or they hide it in, you know, what they're doing or something. But with her, she can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
Like, she has to have both. She can't just have one or the other. So I think that they need to, like, kind of explore that a little bit more.
I think that's what they're trying to do this season, is, like, guide her to finding her happy medium, but I don't think she's going to find it till the end of the season.
I feel like the first 2 seasons have been about her trying to find her happiness, and then she found it with Monel, and then they did what they did.
Yeah, but she didn't, like, she was still torn, like, she was still, like, Kara and Supergirl. She has to find out how to be both at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's what she wasn't last season. She wasn't both at the same time.
She was more Kara than Supergirl.
Yeah.
Like, she was more about proving herself to that new guy who was working at Catco and being a reporter and showing that she could do that. And she was still doing Supergirl, but she wasn't, like, doing it to the best of her ability.
Yeah. But she has to learn that what she's learning this season is you can't have one extreme of both. You have to find that central ground where you're both at the same time. Yeah. Because it's who she is. She is Kara. She is Supergirl. She is both at once, and she can't deny that at any one moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's what she's gonna I think that's what they're doing. Like, she has to learn that this season. So,
like, she can, you know, she can have that happy moment at the end where she joins everybody for drinks and stuff and kind of, you know, realize that things could actually be better and stuff like that. But I hope that, like, for the rest of it, it's coming out with that balance.
Yeah. Like, next episode, I expect there to still be a struggle between her being her and Supergirl.
Oh, yeah.
There needs to still be a struggle with that. Not just like, oh, look, I'm going to help my best friend run my company. Right. Like, I'm good with it. Right. And, hey, look, there's a ship in the sky. Let's go blow it up. Mhm.
And I feel like
Which is odd because Smallville was the CW show.
and I feel like those things really need to be addressed sometimes because they're important, and if they want to be real about it, they need to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Smallville lasted for 10 seasons. There's
For
a reason why it was on 10 years.
Yes. And it could have kept going.
And it actually didn't start out as a CW show. It started out as a WB show.
Yeah.
Because it started in 2001.
And then WB became CW.
Didn't start until like 2007.
Yeah.
So.
But they didn't cut it. They didn't cut any storylines short.
No, they didn't.
CW took over.
No, they just continued.
Yeah, they continued with the
Which they did with most shows.
Yeah.
But I mean, the point is, like, it lasted 10 years for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there are issues, and there are some things about Smallville that, like, we have issues with.
Yes.
But in dealing with things like that, when it came to Clark and stuff, I think they did a really good job of addressing it.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, they did a really good job of addressing how he was becoming Clark and Superman at the same time.
See, I liked that because, normally Superman was just the movies and you didn't see that aspect of it. You didn't see all the struggles he went through. And you just saw him as an adult being Superman and being Clark Kent. Like, you didn't see all the other stuff that happened before that or in between. And it just, I don't know. That's why I liked Smallville for that reason. Because you got to see a longer story about him starting out in high school and being an adult, and then all of the stuff that he dealt with.
Yeah. So. And it put more of a emphasis on the relationship he had with Lex.
Yeah.
Which was needed because the movies were just like.
And we got to see more of him and Lois too, which I always love. So.
Right. And Erica was an amazing
Because in the movies, I feel like there's hardly any Clark and Lois. And it's all about him, like, making sure she doesn't know that he's Superman. And it kind of annoys me, because I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, when she finds out, he does that, like, kiss to, like, make her forget that he's Superman. And I'm just like, okay, seriously? If you're going to get married and you're going to be together, she needs to know that you're Superman. Like, I don't know. The whole concept of that is just weird to me.
I like that in the current reincarnation of the DC movie universe, she knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't.
And I mean, I'm not saying that the originals aren't good, because Christopher Reeve is great and he will always be the original Superman.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that in terms of, like, how they dealt with some things in those movies, I wish that it had been a little different.
Yeah. To me, he'll always be Superman.
Yeah, of course.
And whatever his name is will always be
Tom
Clark
Welling.
Kent. Yes, he'll always be my Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Like, Superman, Clark Kent. Period.
Well, I feel like they're so similar anyway, like Christopher Reeve and Tom Welling.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's not really a big deal.
Which is pretty cool because Tom Welling, like, he originally said no to being the Superman on Supergirl because he was asked.
Well, of course he was asked.
Like,
he played him for 10 years in Smallville.
Yes, but, like, that would have been an amazing, like...
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
Crossing. But, like, he said no because a lot of people think that it's because of the tone the show had back when it wasn't the CW. And, like, how, like, hey, show of the week it was. And, like whatever.
I feel like after it hit, like, season 3 or season 4, it really started to kind of hit its stride and get a lot better.
Smallville?
Yeah. And him dealing with everything, you know what I mean? And that's when Lois came on, too, with season 4, so it,
Yeah. But, like, because Supergirl was so episode of the week, like...
In the first season?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I can't, like, this isn't for me. Like, he didn't want to, like, even though Supergirl was good as a show for itself, Like it's so vastly different than what Smallville was, that he didn't want to discredit anything, you know,
And
because
that's, I
yeah.
understand that.
But now he's like, now he kind of like he said that like since it's changed, like I mean, even though it doesn't seem like it's changed a lot, it has. Um, he said that he's willing to make an appearance if the writers could fit him in. So he might make an appearance as something some season down the road, or maybe this season, or any
That's
season.
awesome.
So I don't care that he's not gonna be Superman. He's just gonna be on the show, and that's what makes me happy. Like he might be on the show in the future, and that possibility, right? He could totally play. He could play Scar's dad, and then they could be a couple, an imaginary in her head couple, right? They can still be Clark and Lois, only not Clark and not Lois.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's basically what I have. Next week looks pretty interesting.
It does, yeah. There's always those episodes where they have somebody come in that like plays on your fears and
yeah,
does
but
that
this
kind of
one is
thing.
like a mental
No,
person.
no, I know, but I mean, there's like a Charmed episode about that. There's like, there's a lot of shows do that.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it makes sense with the superhero shows because you're getting into that consciousness.
And then they become a threat to society.
Right.
Which I mean they've already actually done with the what was it, silver kryptonite that she breathed in? Was it the silver kryptonite or
I don't know.
Was it red?
There's so many different kinds. No, red kryptonite makes him like lose his inhibitions.
Right. That made him all punkified.
Yeah.
Was it the silver that she breathed in?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know.
That Krypton show, that's going to be on Sci-Fi.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
All right. Well, it's past 40 minutes.
It is.
I think that we've talked long enough.
Yes.
And we went into a tangent about Smallville.
Yeah. So if you guys were wondering what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to be there for tomorrow's The Flash.
Yeah, she's not going to be there for the Flash premiere.
I have to work.
But do you guys want me to still do live stream for it, or do you want me to just do a normal review like this? Because I can do a live stream. I just want to know if you guys want that.
Yeah, because I won't be there, so.
Because I think what we decided was that we were only going to do them for like the special episodes, like the crossover probably, and then like the mid-season finale in December, and then like
the season finale. Yeah.
Because I feel like doing it for every episode gets kind of tedious.
Yes.
Like it gets to be a lot, especially if like we don't really. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be Great Barry and Iris stuff. Okay, I know that there will be.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like sometimes I would rather just not be doing a live stream. Like I'd rather just be watching the episode and then reviewing it after.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want me to do one for the premiere, I will. But I don't think I will for the episodes after that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So.
Especially like if you guys want me in them.
Right.
Like we'd have to film the next day.
Yeah.
For it. So
for a live stream?
No.
Just for a regular.
Yeah. So yeah, because I don't want to miss out on all the episodes for the season.
And I mean, like I said, I feel like doing them more for like the special ones is better. Because then you can see our reactions live and everything.
Yes. And you guys can hint at what'll come in the future on that episode because you've already seen it.
Because we might, and I'm not saying for sure, but we might be getting West Allen wedding this season.
Right.
Because Candace Patton posted a picture on Instagram of her looking at wedding dresses.
So if that happens, and we know enough in advance, I will do.
And I know Candace Patton ain't engaged, so it has to do with the Flash. So yeah.
So if we can pinpoint the episode that it happens, then I will try to get that night off, and probably live stream that so you can hear her squeals.
They need that. They need to be.
Yeah.
They need to be wed.
They need to finish that story arc.
They need to be husband and wife.
Yes. It's time.
It's time.
So yeah, we got that going on. And so you guys know, I have made a decision, and I think I will be doing Legends.
Yay!
So yes, you can look forward to that.
Tomorrow.
After the Flash. Okay. Probably won't get it from me tomorrow. I work until 1 a.m. So
yeah, Flash is on at 8, Legends is on at 9.
Okay, so you'll probably get my Legends review Wednesday, sometime after midday.
Like tonight, it was Supergirl and Valor, which I don't know if other people are watching it, but it looks interesting.
It does.
Kind of reminds me of Jag, and I miss military shows, so yeah. Anyway, this will be completely different because it's CW, but that and Supergirl premiere tonight, and then tomorrow it's the Flash and Legends, and then Wednesday it's Riverdale and the new Dynasty show, and then Thursday it's Supernatural. So
okay, so there's the lineup. You got Supergirl, and then the Flash and Legends.
I will watch your Legends reviews.
Yeah, she won't be in them. She'll watch them.
Well, because I don't know. It's a lot for me.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like
I'm more busy than you.
Yes.
So doing what we're doing is enough for me right now.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually somewhere down the line, if I'm not busy and I have more free time, I'll join you.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, I can't.
Yeah. So, and it's more timey-wimey confusing.
Right.
So,
I'm caught up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch the premiere episode. But yeah.
Yeah. And so
I'm actually really excited for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because that trailer was awesome.
Yes. So you guys have that to look forward to. You'll see my review of Legends on Wednesday.
And we're not doing a review for Once Upon a Time this week, right?
Right.
Okay. We're doing it every other week.
Yes. So you'll get...
Which works out really well for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we will watch the episode.
Yeah, so you'll get a review of that, a mixture review of
recap of the second episode and then the review for the third episode.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen because I don't really want to do a massive review on an Emma episode because you'll just get more of what you got last time.
Just feel like it actually makes things convenient for us too because if you have to work on a Friday or something that we're not doing it, then it doesn't matter because we're not reviewing that night.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps if we're busy that night. We can still watch the episode, but we don't have to worry about reviewing it after.
Yeah.
We can just watch it when we have the time to watch it. So it's just kind of nice to do it that way.
Yeah. And if I'm hanging out with my friends,
right.
Besides her.
Right. Yeah. Because it's Friday.
Yes. Well, yeah.
It's Friday night. Who stays home and watches stuff on Friday night?
That's true. Yes. So, basically, yeah. You guys got that. And when we do the Flash reviews that aren't live streamed, we'll probably do those Wednesday. Would you be able to find time Wednesday? So there you go.
Why wouldn't you want to do them Tuesday? Oh, because of Legends?
Because I work.
Oh, because you work. Every Tuesday?
Well, she's scheduling me, seems like Tuesday, preferably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But sometimes she skips Monday, and I get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes Friday.
The things I'm watching on Wednesday aren't things we review. So.
Yeah. So I'll probably be free Wednesday evening when you're off of school.
Yeah.
So that's probably when we'd be able to do that.
That's fine.
So you'd get Legends before you get the Flash, but you'll still get the Flash.
Yeah.
And if I'm not with her, if I can't do that, then she'll do it by herself or.
Yeah, and then I'll watch Legends after.
Yeah. So you guys will get those that way. Either way, the Flash will be up within that night or the next day.
Yeah. If you want me to do the premiere because then I will. But we probably won't live stream it again until like the crossover or the mid-season.
Yeah, which will be a lot easier on me because I can't ask off for every Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, of course, if there's West Allen, of course we'll talk about it in the review regardless of what I live stream or not.
Yes.
So you'll get it either way.
Yes, you will.
It just won't be as instant.
Yeah. And it won't be the momentary action. It'll be a secondary action.
And I know you guys want to see us do more like reaction stuff, like live reaction stuff. But like maybe like we don't have to do a whole video on that sometimes. Maybe we can just like record a little video of us like reacting to a specific thing. And then like put that live reaction on YouTube.
Yeah.
Instead of it being a whole live stream of our reactions.
Yeah, like maybe if there's an episode that we know is gonna have something epic in it for like, then we can record us watching it,
like the wedding,
and then cut the clip and put it in.
Right. Like for instance, this is an example. At the end of season 9 of Supernatural, when Dean became the demon, people posted their reactions on YouTube.
Yes, I watched their reactions,
and they were freaking hilarious.
Yes.
And epic.
Yes.
So like we like something like that. If you guys want that, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll still do live streams, but I just mean in the sense like if it's a specific moment that we're like really excited about and it's like something really epic that we have to like react to in that way, then we could do that.
Yeah. So.
And definitely there's a lot of those reactions on the Flash.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to them.
Yes, so that's everything you guys have to look forward to so far this season that we know about that we can give you heads up on. So I guess until next time, love yourself and be happy.